Hello, everybody. How y'all doing today? I'm going to give it a few minutes to build up before I begin. All right, as I'm waiting for more members of the audience, the YouTube community to come in, I'm just going to take a quick bathroom break. All right. The purpose of this stream today was to really just sort of talk about myself and to gauge with the audience, get a little feedback, maybe some extra subscribers so that I could, build this channel up. As many of you, if you've seen the last video I made, and it was a brief live stream, but I wanted to show the audience the quality of life I'm living in these apartments. And the reason I emphasized that was because I'm paying now almost $1,000. 2 years ago, I was paying just over $600 just for the apartment, not for any of the amenities such as electricity, gas, trash, water, all of the things that you really just need for basic living. I'm paying $1,000 just for the apartment now, on top of an extra $200+ bill from Reliant and any of the extra miscellaneous charges that come with basically living on your own, essentially. And one of the reasons I did, like I said, I did this stream was to see if I can get any feedback. Maybe I can get some extra subscribers, get to 1,000, maybe even become the next SSS Sniper Wolf, but without well, actually she has a different sort of YouTube channel, but for the most part, just get my subscribers up. And also see if any of you guys are going through something similar, because I live on the northwest side of Houston. I live on 290, and I'll let you guess what intersection. But maybe there's some Houstonians here who are sharing my experience right now. And if you are, please feel free to go into the chat. I actually have the chat notifications on. As far as I know, I can see it. I'm not sure though, because this is my first time actually doing a full live stream with my cell phone, so I may or may not see your chats. I know for a fact if people are joining the stream or not, or people are liking the stream. I would hope that people who join would also subscribe to my channel. Help a brother out, so to speak. But in the last video I did, I was showing you at least one of the deplorable conditions of my current apartment complex. And when I say just one of the deplorable conditions, that's literally what I mean. The lime green pool, well, it's not even lime green, it's more like it's green like a swamp, basically. And I was letting a subscriber know that I'm just waiting for tadpoles and frogs and lily pads to show up now. But it's not just that. It's the laundry room. The doors are broken on all three of the laundry rooms. Very few of the washers and dryers work. And the security of the apartment is very lackluster in terms of, well, just security. I mean, the gates do not work. The front gate that you use to enter into the apartment is broken, and the other gate, it literally jams halfway when you try to get your car out. So whenever I have to leave the apartment complex for work, I have to squeeze in my side mirrors and just hope it doesn't cause more damage to my car than already has damage to it. And I just think to myself how crazy it is to pay that much money for an apartment. I mean, $1,000 just to live in an efficiency apartment, which is, for those of you who don't know, an efficiency is like between a studio, and a one bedroom. The only thing that sort of separates it is a wall and one door. But when you open those double doors up, it basically just becomes one area space. But I don't know. To me, that's just extreme. That's way too much money. But my landlord and I love interacting with them. Don't get me wrong; they're nice people, but they sort of act like $1,000 is nothing, and I'm like, no, that's a whole paycheck for me. I get paid twice a month, and literally half of my pay is just going to the rent. I mean, come on, that is and I know what the term is. It's what the hell? I I know this. I know that when you pay 30% of your rent, you are considered debt burden. And when you pay 50% or more, like I'm doing right now, that's extreme cost burden. So I'm on the verge right now of basically being homeless. And that's the reality I'm living right now. That is the reality. And I just don't understand why. Like that for me is a that just is it's just clogging my brain right now because I I work as a service manager at a Chipotle, which is like one step below assistant manager. My pay is about a little over $2,000 a month after taxes, of course, and half of that is going to the rent. Another $200 is going to electricity. Another X, Y, and Z is going to other utilities. Another $85 is going to phone bill, which I've partnered with my younger brother to just try to reduce those bills. But I'm like, I don't know. That just doesn't seem right. That doesn't seem normal. Maybe I'm wrong about this. Maybe I'm the crazy one here. Maybe I'm the crazy one who thinks that paying $1,000 a month for a crappy apartment is just is just abnormal. Maybe I'm the only one who thinks that. But in addition to that, I got a like on this one. Hey, who's liking me in the chat? I don't. Hold on. Let me see if I can view y'all. Remember to live chat, guard your privacy. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I see there's one person in the chat. That's good. How are you doing today? Okay. There was definitely a like. That's good. Thank you. Thank you, whoever you were, who liked this video thus far. Um, if you were just joining, I was actually talking to the YouTube community about the cost I'm paying for my apartment right now and how I think that's a little outrageous. It's a little high. If you want to add something in the chat, feel free to do so. Okay, it says on my thing all messages are visible. Okay, that's I'm if I don't see any of your messages, just understand I'm live streaming from my phone right now. And this is really like the first time I'm doing a full live stream for the YouTube community that's more than just like 30 seconds or like a minute. So if I don't see your chats immediately, just understand I'm not literally trying to ignore you or anything. I'm just trying to get this thing, just trying to figure out how this works. But yeah, I just I don't know. Maybe, like I said, it's me. Maybe I'm the crazy one for thinking that $1,000 a month for an apartment is too low or too high in my mind. I mean, that's what's I'm thinking about every single day. I mean, if there are any Houstonians out there who know what I'm going through, or anybody for that matter who is paying 50% of their income to their landlord, I mean, let me know. I mean, because that to me is just like I said, it's excessive. But on top of that, you have to pay for your electricity, your gas, your water. For me, I have to also pay a car payment, which I'm already almost a month late on. Which, if they were to take my car away right now, I wouldn't be surprised because I am very behind on that. But I mean, it's like, what can you really do? Like, what can you really do other than what you're doing right now? I've tried stacking jobs before. I worked at a my previous employer, Panera Bread, as well as Chipotle, and I can tell you, stacking jobs is not it's not as easy as it sounds, especially if your two employers have very different schedules. But I tried to make that work. I really did. Ultimately, that was one of the reasons I ended up getting fired from Panera, which for a time was a blessing. It really was because they were paying me very little at the time. I was making 10.50 an hour working as a manager when as a crew member at Chipotle I was making $12 an hour. So I was I was kind of relieved because all that extra work wasn't really worth it, especially since I was basically doing the work of a GM. And to add insult to injury, whenever we lost a GM, because this happened, in fact, I know this still happens because I still keep in contact with my former, coworkers and stuff. And people who work there, they will tell me that every 2 to 3 months a new GM would enter, and I'd be like, well, what was wrong with the last one? Because prior to me losing my job at Panera Bread, I actually worked with the last GM, and for the most part, he was okay. He wasn't great, but he wasn't bad either. He was just an okay person. He was an okay boss, and he seemed to know what he was doing, and he didn't ask me for help. Like, when I say help, I'm not talking about like getting to know people sort of help, like how to basically do his job like the last few GMs did. When I worked with one general manager, he didn't know anything about the service industry. He didn't know anything about how to operate a store. And I was a little stunned because the district supervisor at the time really, like, she put this man on a pedestal, basically saying that, oh, he's amazing. Oh, he's worked in food service before. Oh, he's owned his own restaurants. Oh, he's done this and done that. And at first I was like, oh, okay, great. But in the back of my mind I was saying, I don't if he owned his own restaurants, I mean, why is he doing this? But, you know, in my day to day interactions with people, I try to give everybody the benefit of the doubt, no matter who they are, where they come from. And in that instance, that man came from California. I gave him the benefit of the doubt. He was one of the worst GMs ever. But what was I talking about? I was talking about initially the cost of living that has gone up, but I wanted to kind of interject that to say, okay, one of the things that really stressed me out about that job was how demanding it was and how grateful I was I left. Like I was grateful because that GM was terrible. The one I worked with last was not bad, but he just couldn't handle the stress. And so he ended up leaving, which I can't blame him for that. If you're just now joining the chat, I'm talking about I'm just talking about anything right now. Like literally, I'm literally just chatting about what's going on in my life at this very moment, and hopefully trying to get some new subscribers, get people to join in. I don't like to ask people to give to Cash App or to PayPal or any of these things. I like to ask people to do things that, for me at least, are very simple. I like to just ask for subscriptions because that's the easiest way to contribute to a channel. Very easy. You don't even have to give money. You just have to say I'm subscribing to you. Unlike other people who will open their live streams or even end their live streams with like subscribe, go to PayPal, go to Patreon, go to Cash App, to PayPal, to this, to that. I don't do that unless, however, you want to do that and you're able to. If you want to and you're able to, I will leave a link specific for you, but you have to say, hey, I want to give to you, not the other way around. I am not going to just leave it and just hope you're going to do that. No, I whenever somebody says I want to give to you, I like to give thanks to that person, no matter who they are. And unless you leave something in the comment section where you're like, hey, SB here, my name is X, Y, and Z, and I want to help you out. I want to do this for you. Then I'll be like, okay, well, this is my Cash App. It's # safe brother with a capital S and a capital B. Feel free to give whatever you like. If you want, I will, thank you in my next live stream. If not, I won't. But I don't like to beg for donations the way other YouTubers do, especially the larger YouTubers, the ones who, in my view, should not be begging for any sort of monetary compensation because they've already reached that threshold. I'm not there yet, and I'm not asking or begging for that. But getting back to what I was saying, I don't know, y'all. I mean, I'm looking for other apartments, and the prices, they're not too much better than what I'm paying right now. And I take that back. I did find one apartment complex on the southwest side of Houston, and it was under $400. And I was like, really? $400? What's the catch? The location is virtually on the outskirts, and it's in a dump. It's in a worse dump than what I'm currently in right now. So that's why I'm like, I don't think I could do that. Even though I've got a car, I'm just like, I think about the trade-off when it comes to something like that. Like, if I were to move to the southwest side, it's on South Gessner and I-59 or 69. I don't remember exactly. I-69 South and Gessner. So that's a good 10, 15 miles away from where I currently live. And my employer is on 290 and 34th. That's just a little too far. I don't know if I'd be able to do that. All right, I'm just checking the stream here. Okay. I'm actually starting to like doing this. I don't like showing my face, especially in the middle of the night, but yeah, and it's because I'm a little vain, y'all. I like to look dolled up and everything before I go out in public or before I go live, but I'm actually starting to like this. This is a great therapeutic exercise to just relieve stress or just to vent, even. It really is, and I recommend everybody who is willing and able to just do a live stream of their own. I mean, you could just say, "Hey, I'm bored and I want to chat," like I am right now. Ah. All right. All right, this live stream has been going on for almost 28 minutes. I'm not going to probably stay on here for too much longer unless my audience retention or something like that changes. But I am going to take a quick break. I'm just going to have a drink and have a midnight stack real quick. I'll be right back, y'all. All right, I'm back, y'all. I just had a bite of veggie pizza. I know that's probably not too good for you, but I just said to hell with it. I didn't want to. I didn't want to open my bag of Lay's potato chips, at least not until tomorrow. But as I was thinking about my day today, I was thinking of something that okay, I want to set the scene for you guys. I was going by the local Ace cash checking place just to get a money order. And, long story short, it was because my rent payment was not in full. I still owed my landlord like $86, which I was like, oh, wow, you're coming after me for $86. But okay, whatever. I'll go and get a money order real quick. So I went to get the money order, and there was kind of a short line, and there was this guy in front of me, talking to the teller about how he makes $300 a day, and that just piqued my curiosity. It really did, because I was like, okay, well, how are you making $300 a day? Are you like a YouTuber or something? Are you a business owner? Are you this? Are you that? And he's like, yeah, I'm a business owner, and I kind of just do freelancing basically. And he was telling me how all I had to do was go to basically downtown to get a business license. I was like, isn't that a lot of money? He's like, no, it's only like $14 to get a business license. So he gave me the address, and I still have it in my phone, fortunately. And I was just like, you know what? I think I could do that, but I just have to figure out what business it's gonna be, because honestly, as far as my talents are concerned, I know I can cook, which anybody who's tasted my cooking, even my boss, my current boss at least, is like, I love your cooking. I love the chili you made last time for me. It was so good. And I was like, oh, well, thank you. But I was thinking maybe becoming a caterer, or, something along those lines. But I'm just not 100% certain about that until at least I can, because I know what goes into catering and stuff. And I'm like, oh Lord, do I really want to do that? But I'm just not sure. But anyways, I was chatting with this guy, and he was basically telling me how easy it was to get a business license. So I might end up doing that sometime next week, because right now it is Friday, and I do not want to spoil my weekend. Like, I just don't want to spoil what's left of what is my weekend, essentially, because I actually have Sunday off. And even though I work Saturday and I'm going to be a little exhausted when I go in tomorrow, I still don't want to go downtown basically until at least Monday. That's going to be my plan, if I can figure out a plan. Basically, that's really what it comes down to. But yes, it's been lovely chatting tonight. I really do enjoy doing these live streams. I'm likely going to do more of them in the future, um because like I said, it is a good stress reliever, and hopefully it brings more audience members, more people from the YouTube community to subscribe. And if I can get that, that would be awesome. That truly would be. I mean, I'm not looking to become the next PewDiePie, but I would definitely like to make an income from this. I would definitely like to turn this into a career, hopefully one day. But I want you all to have a good day, night, morning, evening, wherever you are at in this world. Peace and love always. Stay safe out there, ladies and gentlemen. Bye bye.